It's time for you to unwind, cause tonight we gonna have a ball, y'all. From all over the world, we are bringing you the funniest new comics in Los Angeles. Welcome to Laugh After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise for your host, Luke Ashley!
Woo! Yes, keep it going! Keep it going! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Hold on one second. One second. Guys, 1 second. That's what I'm talking about. How y'all doing tonight? It's tough right now, guys. Going through some hard times. It's rough. It's really rough. I'm just trying to raise people, you know? That's all I'm trying to do, just raise these kids. It's hard. My daughter called me the other day because her school had a bomb threat. A bomb threat, and it's scary. I mean, the streets were shut down. Nobody could get in or out, okay? You feel me? And they're blowing up my phone, letting us know step by step how it's going. Finally, I get a message from the school. Things are fine. It's calmed down. Now, this is 10:15. The rest of the school, there's about 5 hours left. I was like, okay, everything's all right. My daughter texted me, Mom, hey. I'm like, how you holding up, sweetie? I'm all right, a little shaken up, but everything's fine. Great, I love you. I love you too, Mom. Right? Beautiful. No, she had a secret plan. Hey, Mom. Yeah, some kids are going home early. I was thinking maybe I could go home early. I was like, who's going home early? Becca, Hannah, Brittany, Ashley A, Ashley R. Okay, well, let's see. You've been in the school now for about, 4 hours? What's a few more? I got work to do, baby. I got to get to work. It's hard. I mean, what am I supposed to tell my kid? Come home? She was there with 4 other black kids and 2 Mexican boys. They had to learn. Wasn't no bomb, right? I'm telling you, it's hard for kids out here. Very hard. Y'all ready for a good show tonight?
Keep it locked. Coming up, we got Nick Scotterossi and Cappuccino Brown. Laugh After Dark. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Coming to the stage is Nick Scotterossi.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Hi. My name's Nick Scotterossi. Nice to meet all of you guys. This is very fun. I'm in like a good place in my life right now. I just celebrated 3 years with my girlfriend. It's fantastic. Thank you. Oh, thank you. A lot of people do it, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. She accidentally called me Mom the other day. So we're too comfortable with each other. Yeah. I am the mom of the apartment. I understand why that happened, because I am, 100%. I'm concerned about everything. Like, when we first started dating, I found out that she grew up with 2 religions, and she still follows both of them. That's wild. I didn't grow up with religion. I grew up agnostic. My girlfriend grew up Jewish and Disney. Have you guys heard of that? It's more of a cult, really. Have you heard of that cult, Disney? Yeah, we talk about religious extremism in this country. My girlfriend and her family would die for the magical kingdom. Do you understand? That cartoon mouse could come on screen and say anything, and they would do it. He'd be like, bomb that bank. And they do it. Oh boy, kill the dissidents. Line them up. Oh. Be horrifying. I'm nervous. Because if we have kids, they're going to be Disney kids, because it goes through the mom. And I was a Nickelodeon kid growing up, and those are different children entirely. Oh my God. A Nickelodeon kid to a Disney kid is a lot like me saying, yeah, I used to freebase when I was 11. Is that gonna be an issue? Ask a Disney kid about what their favorite movie is like. They're always like, my favorite one was about a family. that had some problems, and then they were a family again. What about you, Nickelodeon? And there's always some kid with like a cigarette in the back of the room. And he's like, yeah, I liked Rocko's Modern Life. It's about a depressed wallaby. I also enjoyed Rugrats. That's a show about babies and their negligent parents. So cool on that family concept, Disney. Very neat. Yeah, she has a very big family. I have a very small family. I'm an only child. I don't like to tell people that because every time that comes up in conversation, somebody always says, oh, that makes sense. That's not very kind. Yeah, it's never nice. No one's ever like, oh, you're an only child? That makes sense. You're fierce, unique, and independent. March to your own beat. No, it's always like, oh, you're an only child? That makes sense. You're very loud and selfish. Perfect. I think the one thing you can assume about only children is that we have to have kind of a big imagination because we're alone all the time. And I had like a sad imagination growing up. So like I would come home from school and I would make a meal for myself called a Cinnassun. And if you don't know what a Cinnassun is, and you don't because I created it, a Cinnassun is when you take a cinnamon bun and you rip it apart into tiny little flakes and you arrange those flakes around the perimeter of the plate like the rays of a sun and you put a bowl of milk in the middle. It's some real fat kid shit. But I did it every day. And I would come home from school and I would pretend to be like a disgruntled chef on my last Cinnassun of the day. How sad is that? I didn't come home and pretend to like fight dinosaurs or explore space. I came home and pretended to be a man upset with his life. And then I would serve it to myself, but I was always a dick about it. I'd take it downstairs and I'd be like, this is cold, take it back. And then I'd eat it alone in the kitchen. Why? Why did I do that? I'm very scared of confrontation, that's why. Even for myself, I was very scared. Yeah, I don't like confrontation. I'm not a very manly guy. I think that's obvious so far. Are we all on the same page here? I don't know what it's like to like hang out with a lot of guys. Guys are wild. You ever had alcohol with a man before? Whoa, that is an intense time if you're sensitive. Holy shit. Oh my God. Every time I drink vodka, I always add orange juice to it. And some guy is always like, oh, you gotta add orange juice? You can't handle the vodka? No, I can't, all right? Vodka tastes like spoiled water. Did you know that? It tastes like water that's expired. So, excuse me for adding citrus to that. Ugh. Scotch? Scotch is so gross. What's going on? Men always drink this much of it in a cup, and they're always like, oh, do you like that smoky wooden finish? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? A smoky wooden finish. Oh, I was tired of drinking things that taste like cherries and berries. Let's add campfire to the taste in my mouth. Huh? Yum, yum, yum. More campfire, please. And I wince whenever I drink it. And guys are like, that's so weird. This is good stuff. It should go down smoothly. No, it fucking shouldn't. Do you know what goes down smooth? Milk. Milk does. Or water. Or a warm tea. Yeah. Not scotch. I pee sitting down. Let's talk about it. I pee sitting down. It's fantastic. Listen up, men. It's great. Because here's the thing. You can take a break from work. You can catch up on the news. You don't have to use a urinal. If you don't know what a urinal is, it's just a sideways bathtub implanted into a wall. It's gross. In guy culture, if you need to take a shit, people are like, here's a room, here's a chair, here's some paper, you take your time, you have fun, okay? Privacy's key. But if you need to pee, everybody's like, stand in front of your peers and perform, yes? Take out your sword, my liege. It's gross. So guys are always standing as close as they can to the urinal, close enough that piss is blasting back onto their pants. Ew. Ew. Every guy in here. Except for me, of course. I pee sitting down. Yeah. I'm not a very manly guy. That's hard, too, because, like, I'm Italian-American. I come from a very masculine culture, and that's tough for me. I don't really fit in. My dad is the American one. My dad is a sweet, sensitive man. He's fantastic, but he really wants to be Italian. And he's bilingual, so he always throws Italian words into things. He'll walk in, he'll be like, hey, do you guys want to go get some bruschetta? I'm like, what? He's like, you want some bruschetta? And then I swear to God, we went to Italy one time. Dude rocked a fanny pack the whole time. I was like, you need to pick a side, Chuck. All right? Can't pop off an Italian stateside, then rock a fanny pack in the fashion capital of the world. You insane? Yeah, my mom is the Italian one. My mom was born and raised in Italy. Like I said, I'm her only child. And I don't look Italian-American. I sort of look like I grew up in Billy Elliot's hometown. And it was rough. When I was younger, I had much redder hair. My arms are very freckly. One time my mom called me when I was in college. I picked up the phone and she said, Nick, have you heard the news? It's beat up a ginger day on Facebook. They've already beaten one up. You stay inside. And then she hung up the phone. I don't know if you guys have ever heard anybody with a heavy accent scream the word stay inside before. It's a uniquely chilling experience. My mom's a smart person too. My mom is a college professor, but she's so worried about my well-being that she briefly entertained the notion that an anti-ginger militia was hunting her child throughout the streets of Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is wild. And I believe everything she has to say. Oh my God, I have an implicit trust in moms with accents. Absolutely, they're the most powerful type of... Does anyone here have a foreign mom? Does anybody? Yeah, you never crossed them, right? They're terrifying. One time my mom saw me, I was sitting on my bed, there was a hat on my bed. I didn't think this was controversial. My mom walked into my room, she saw that, and she said, never leave a hat on a bed. And I said, who told you that? And she said, nonna. And then she just walked away. That's pure fear right there. That's a foreign mom power, 100%. Like if somebody introduced me to their American mom and they were like, hey, this is my mom. Her name's Kathy. She's got a weird superstition about wearing red shoes on a Sunday. I'd be like, shut up, Kathy, okay? But if my mom was like, never wear red shoes on a Sunday, I would never wear red shoes, period. And I gotta say, from one mom to another, I respect her game 100%. Oh man, I have a long way to go if I'm gonna be a good mom to my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Guys, thanks so much. My name's Nick Scardarossi. Really appreciate it.
Yo, we're gonna be right back after this. Next up, pour yourself a cup of Cappuccino Brown.
Yeah. Oh man, shit. Well, fuck it. Let's address the sheep in the room. This is a beautiful coat, ain't it? I got this from Target, man. Somebody told me it looked like I bought the interior of another coat. And yes, just so you know, I am Mary's little lamb, bruh. Oh man. Yeah, my name is Cappuccino Brown. So obviously my parents met and fucked over coffee. Then grinded out a fine dark roast. That's my origin story. Huh. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I like doing comedy, man, because I didn't always envision my life being like this. Because I'm from St. Louis. If you've never been, oh, yeah, hey, if you've never been, don't go. It's not the safest place in the world. Nah, man, honestly, I thought I was going to be selling dope right now, because that's what everybody was doing. I wanted to be the greatest dope boy alive. But I can't count under pressure, so I had to just get rid of that whole idea. Throw the whole idea away. Fuck it. So I was like, man, I gotta be something else, dog. I want to be something that stands out from the crowd. I want to be something that's special. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna be a booty optometrist. Yep. Somebody get it. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've always had an eye for that ass. Like even my eye doctor told me my hindsight was 20/20. Hindsight. But then I started thinking, you know, just into the future, and we here in the Me Too movement. I was like, that probably ain't a good idea now. So let's just switch careers. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be something simple. Like I want to be a poet, you know, like my dad. Some of y'all look like y'all disappointed. You wanted some fatherless jokes? I said I wanted to be a poet like my dad, man. And I remember I had my heart broken when I wrote this girl a note. Miss, tell me what you think. Said, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. I was just wondering if I could get the directions to your heart. Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. I wrote that in elementary school. I know some people with boyfriends that can't do it now, all right? I was Shakespeare in my day. But it turns out this bitch didn't have a heart. Nope. She didn't have one. I said, can I get the directions to your heart? Yes or no? She circled or. I didn't even know that was an option, bro. I wrote the question. I was pissed. I was so fucking mad. And this was like right around the time that like my family started teaching me about God and stuff. Cause my heart was heavy, man. Like you ever struggle? Anybody struggle in here? Woo. Yep, all right. To the point where you hand your life over to God? But he handed back? Gotta talk to somebody that understands my struggle. He was like, fuck no, I've never handed my life over to God. That's the weird thing about like being in LA and talking about God. I don't know, it's almost as if God made everybody sign 9 disclosures before we got here. But check this out, I get it. If I'm God, I get it. I wouldn't want a bunch of people discussing my private life. You ever play telephone? Or like Chinese whispers? All right, for those of you that haven't, basically you line a bunch of people up, right? The first person sends a secret message to the second person, and then they send it down the line, and then the last person's supposed to say what the first person said, but it don't ever happen that way. No. It's just diluted versions of what used to be. And that's what religion is. I feel like that's where... I feel like that's where we are, man. I feel like the only way to move forward with religion, we gotta let go of the past. Just a little bit, just a tip. And we gotta be accepting of foreign concepts. We gotta be open-minded, all right? Because I'm pretty sure the first time Adam told Eve to throw that ass in the circle, that probably didn't make him the apple in her eye, is what I'm saying, all right? I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Oh no, man. I know I got a pretty ignorant sense of humor. It's just my life. I just had to just settle. You know what I'm saying? Like here's how I know it's ignorant. Like I was at Chick-fil-A the other day with my homie, and a group of people walked past, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, look at that dry fruit." And immediately I started looking for the gay dude with the dull personality. I know. I didn't try to think it. It just happened. It just happened. But listen, I know. I'm gonna stop talking my shit. I know. Cause last time I caught myself in a real awkward situation. I went to get burritos with this chick. She was a vegan, which was a terrible idea. You should never go get burritos with a vegan. They don't like shit there. She got mad at me cause I ordered a steak burrito. She went all mad cow. She was like, don't eat that meat shit, you know it's gonna kill you. And because I'm me, I like to put shit into perspective. I was like, yeah, it probably will, but guess what? I'll live longer than those people in other countries eating other people. Was that too far? Listen, I know, and that probably was too far, but I was watching this documentary on cannibalism, so it's been eating at me ever since. I'm a motherfucker, ain't I? I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. So she was like, whatever, we'll just have to dance it out of you later, right? Now, in my mind, I didn't know we was going to nowhere to dance. I thought we was just eating burritos and going back to her place. That was the plan. But she was like, no, we gonna go to this gay club in West Hollywood. Nah, fuck that. And I'm not going, that's not for me, all right? And I'm not saying no because I don't like gay people, all right? I like gay people. I even got gay friends, all right? All right, I only said that so people know what it sounds like when they say they got black friends. These things happen, all right? So I'm talking all this shit, right? Like, I don't want to go to no gay club. That shit is not for me. There's a gay dude sitting behind me. This nigga heard the whole thing. He poked his little head out like, hey, don't worry about it, homie. We don't want your ass either. So now in this moment, I'm feeling very unpretty. Because I didn't know what she want, and I could tell he wasn't fucking with me at all. So I'm like, man, fuck you. He goes, oh yeah? Well, if you whoop my ass, boo-boo, you can keep it. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, that was the scariest shit I've ever heard in my straight life, nigga. And I didn't know what to do in that moment, because I didn't want to fuck or fight. And I didn't know whether to feel flattered or offended, so I just paid for his food and I left. I just got the fuck out of there. I was like, I'm never coming back to this place. And I paid for his food with money I didn't have, bruh. Like, I'm so broke, last night I had memories for dinner. You ever get hungry and think about that taco you should have finished back in like 06? You're like, man, who the fuck was I fooling? I should have ate that last one. I want to be rich though, man. I want an ignorant amount of money. And I tell people this all the time, and they always respond with, money can't bring happiness. Money can, but direct deposits can. You get them? Direct deposits don't ever not feel good, bruh. Like, it's right up there with, like, busting a nut and taking the shit at home with all your clothes off. Top 2 greatest feelings in the world. Makes you more aerodynamic. It's love, man. I was on Twitter the other day, and Neil deGrasse Tyson made this tweet about Jeff Bezos. Y'all know who Jeff Bezos is, right? The $150 billion man. I like to call him Jeff Pesos. It's cooler that way. He said if you lay his money end to end, it could circle the earth 200 times. I said, shit, that's the kind of money I want. That ignorant ass, out of this world money. Because from what I know about my local money, it'll never be enough. I got a note on my door last night from my landlord that said, excuse me, Mr. Brown, it seems that you were short on rent last month. I had to tell her. I said, no, baby, the value of the dollar went down. It just looked like I'm short. And according to my calculations, you owe me. All right, I'm Cappuccino Brown. You guys have been an amazing crowd. Thank you so much.
I know you're not going anywhere, right? Laugh After Dark will be right back.